Hey everybody, it's Matt the Garden Guy, and this is episode 2 of season 3 of In the Garden with Matt the Garden Guy. And in this episode, it's getting our garden bed ready for the growing season. Alrighty, well it's time to go get our compost. We are going to be getting another yard. That'll make 2 yards so far. Here we go. Alrighty, we just got back home. It is time to start getting that compost out of the truck. Be another long working day today. Yesterday, did a yard, did 2 yards of mulch, definitely way lighter. Got this, might have to get another yard later today, we'll see. They close at noon, so it's a little after 8 o'clock. Let's get to it. Alrighty, first wagon full of the day. Oh man. And this of course is the beast we are filling up. Finished filling up all the wood chips last night. Ran out, so we'll have to just fill that back part with this dirt. Next step is I gotta get cardboard. I wanna put cardboard down on top of the mulch. All right. I got my cardboard here. I'm using clean cardboard. What does that mean? It means that I have no stickers. I have no, like that wax on it. I want to make sure our cardboard is nice and clean. And again, we're gonna go put the cardboard on top of the wood chips. So you might be asking yourself, why are you putting cardboard down on top of those wood chips? Well, I did a boatload of research when I was designing and trying to figure out how to build my behemoth garden bed. And one of the things that I saw is that it will help keep the dirt above it and not have it all settle down. Eventually, most of this dirt will settle down and I'll have to put another layer of dirt on next year, but I don't want to get there yet. And another great benefit of cardboard is that it's a green and compost. And guess what? It will break down and add more nutrients to my garden bed. Alrighty, well, I'm another truckload down. That's 2 yards of compost in the new garden beds slash the other garden beds that needed dirt. I need to go get 1 more yard. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be enough. My arms are killing me, but only one way to get it done. We filled up some of our garden boxes. Got these filled up. These are really, really low. Alrighty, here's truckload number 3. Another yard of dirt. Let's do it.
Cloth paper.
Are we done yet? Nope. Whoa! That, I'll tell you what, was a lot of work. I don't know what was harder, building this or building my gigantic hoop house. You know me, I go big or I go home. Yeah, I said that right. So I have my huge, I love it, right? It's finally up to me so I can easily work in here in the garden. Got my big hoop house right there. So I got my big new garden expansion here. So I know we're talking all about planting, right? We need to get our garden. We got to get our soil. What's the next thing that we need? That's irrigation. And I am a huge believer in this carpet thin drip irrigation system, I will show you. And what I'll do is I will show you parts of my review from last year. I'm still trying to recover my voice from being out for a long couple weeks with that bad case of pneumonia. So I'll show you a little bit on what I did last year, and then we'll go in and hook this thing up. Alrighty, well this next part is probably my most favorite part about this whole system. Grab your tube, grab this, push it in. That's it. Super simple. You do not need to heat up that plastic. You don't need to push it in. Pop it right in, and it's in. Super simple, super easy. Now I'm gonna do the rest of them. Alrighty, so now that I have my irrigation system in place and I got my dirt in place, it's time to finally get planting. And I'm gonna start planting my onions. And I'll be growing onion bulbs that have already started. And I have a bunch of onions that I started earlier in the year. I'll be planting them both. But I'm gonna start with the onion bulbs that have already started going. Alrighty, so when planting my onion bulbs, make sure the roots are pointed straight down. What I do is find a spot that I want it, and I just push it down into the dirt. Grab another one right there, and so on, going all the way down in a line. And already for my onions that I started from seed, I go ahead and separate them all together. So I make my hole right there, and then with the roots, I barely put the roots in and gently backfill all around it. And then you'll have an awesome line going straight down. Alrighty, so the second thing I'm planting is my carrots. And I'm using these unique carrots from Organo Republic. Alrighty, so here in the garden, we are planting our rainbow carrots. It's got the red carrots in. What I typically do, just get a nice little piece of wood right there. Does a nice little trench. You can see right here, just a nice little trench. I just push it down just a little bit to get that depth so we can put the seeds in there. And then now we got our yellow ones. And then we're just gonna go along and just put a little bit here and there every couple inches. Not that many in there. Just gonna again, just grab the seed and just go along and just drop a couple at a time all the way down. And there we go. You see, just kind of going straight down. Some of them, they're kind of bunched up, so I'll try to just move a little bit as I can. What I'll probably end up doing as they come up, we'll thin them out. Just go straight down, and now we're just gonna lightly put the soil over the seed. And lastly, what I do is I grab that piece of wood and just pat it down a little bit as they go down. So as I always say, when you're planting your carrots, make sure your soil is extremely loose. Make sure you either put brand new compost down or get in there and till it up. You hear me all the time talking about soil nice and loose. That's because remember, these are root vegetables. They grow down, and anytime we have anything blocking them, they're not gonna grow all the way down, or they're gonna split or look pretty funky. We want carrots to go straight down, so make sure your soil is nice and loose. Then we're only planting these about 1/8 of an inch deep. That's why I use a nice piece of wood. just do a nice little trench down, put your seeds in, gently put the dirt back down, tamp it down. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come by and lightly water it, probably with the mister setting. And then I'll show you the secret weapon that I use. Alrighty, now that we got our carrots down, we'll grab our hose. And like I said, we're gonna put it on the mist setting. And if you didn't do light mist here, and you just slammed a bunch of water down, you're most likely going to disturb the seeds, wash them up, and then guess what? Your seeds are not gonna grow. Just gonna do a light little mist here. Alrighty, so the other thing we're gonna get planted is our beets, and we're planting our beets right next to those rainbow carrots, and we're gonna plant them probably about 6 inches from where we put our last carrot. So I got my line down here. I'm gonna use the wood again. This time we're going about a 1/2 inch deep, so just double of what we did for the carrots. There we go. We got our line going straight down. Pretty hard to see, but we got a line going straight down, and now we're gonna get the beets in there. And there we go. I planted them straight down. I'm spacing about 4 to 6 inches. And I'm putting 2 of them in here because I really want to make sure I have beets. Even though these seeds have amazing germination rating, I really want to make sure I have beets. So now that I have them down in about 1/2 inch, I'm just going to go ahead again, do the same thing. Gently put the dirt over the seeds, come back with my wood, and gently pat it down. And then we'll spray it again with the mist. All right, so something else we're gonna get started right away is our arugula that might be underutilized. And that's one of my goals this year, is try to compact as much as I can without overcrowding, because we know overcrowding can be a way that pests can come into our garden. So this is space that is not going to be used until those potatoes come up. After those potatoes are already coming up, the arugula will already be gone. Alrighty, and I told you I'd show you the secret weapon. It's not really a secret weapon. I just go ahead and put like a towel or this black fabric. And I'm gonna do this because if it decides to downpour, which it's going to tomorrow night, a lot of my seeds are gonna wash away. What we're also gonna do is we're gonna water this like crazy to keep moisture in there so none of the seeds dry out. Alrighty, so now that we have our new garden bed all filled up with compost, we're going to be digging into our compost bins to get some really good compost here. We're going to fill up our bucket here, go sift it out, get some of those worms out, and we're going to be using this in our hoop house so we can get some new plants in there. Well, I'm really happy I didn't break my phone there, but things happen and we move on. So I'm just going to scoop that dirt out and put it into my homemade sifter here. It works really well with getting all those big clumps out, all those stickers, and just separating everything. Ayla and I are having fun in there. Nice clean compost.
Nice clean compost.
As you can see right here, it really helps get all those sticks and all that big chunks out of there for me. Grab it.
Where?
So now I'm going to turn my attention to my hoop house here, and I'm going to drill some holes with this awesome auger. Work smarter, not harder. Grab some of that awesome, fresh, amazing compost, and I'm going to fill up that hole. And then why not? Let's put a plant in there. I got this red cabbage. That compost will give it a head start. Alrighty, so this amazing, nice evening here. We just finished up getting our garden beds ready for planting. And I also started planting stuff in there. And I have just started planting my garden. These are things that I do to get ready for the growing season. Got my irrigation in, got my awesome new dirt in, got my new behemoth garden bed in, and we got some plants in the hoop house, adding the compost from my compost bins into the ground. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode 2, season 3 of In the Garden with Matt the Garden Guy, getting our garden beds ready. We also got a bonus. We got stuff in our garden beds. Hey, if you haven't already, I'd ask that you please consider giving a subscribe or follow to this. And if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Talk to you later. And as always, keep growing.